Hey guys, what's going on? Sorry for the mess in the car. As you can see, just on the way to the recycling plant, actually, just trying to declutter a lot of stuff that's in our garage. It's turned into like a storage of stuff. There's a pinball machine, chairs, one of them air hockey tables, old broken Subutio tables as well, all sorts of stuff, just stuff. So yeah, just gonna take, air fryers. We had 2 air fryers that mum's given us that, yeah, they're faulty, and one of them's working, but we tried to sell on eBay with no luck. So just gonna recycle all of these things, man. But you know, it's just good just to get rid of this stuff, and it's like my second trip back to the depot. That's how much stuff we have. And it's that whole thing of just having stuff, like just decluttering. You know, I've really sort of over the years been more on a minimalistic viewpoint. You know, a minimalist is basically someone who just, for those who don't know, I'm sure a lot of you know anyway, but those who just, for layman's terms, just likes to live with less, just the bare necessities. Now there's extreme minimalism, and there's minimalism which is more rational, like just not having things for the sake of it. But I don't know, I feel like we need to buy things that we don't even have any use for. Like, oh, you know, for the office I'll need this lamp. I already have a lamp, but I'm gonna need this lamp because this will help me do this, and then I'm gonna need this pen holder to add to this desk, and it's gonna need to be the same color, and I'm gonna need to get this, and you know, this frame here, and you know, you're just gathering things. And then some things you put away, like my mum, bless her, like she has all these plates, and there was this thing actually where she came over to ours, and then she saw all of her plates that she kind of puts away but never ever uses. So I just took them because we needed plates when we moved in, and we used them. And then she came over, it's like, this is my plates, you know. I'm like, yeah, we've had these for like a couple years. You didn't even know anything about it because you didn't see it. There's this whole thing of, you know, when we just, we're gonna need this for a rainy day, or we need this to, you know, we store this, and we take out when the guests come, and all this kind of thing. And we just have so much meaningless stuff, you know. And then when you see on the adverts like, oh, get the new chip fryer, this is the chip fryer 2000, or get this because this will make your life easy, and then you buy it, and then it's to add to the stuff you didn't really need. And to be honest, you didn't know you needed certain things until you see an advertisement for this product that you now need. You know, it's just unnecessary spending. Okay, this guy's just crossing randomly. The traffic light isn't there. Traffic light, sorry, isn't. Now there's a traffic light, but anyway, this guy decided to cross. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, all these advertisements, it just kind of tells you need to have this, you need to have that. And if you're this kind of person, if you're the career person, you're going to need to have this inventory and these sort of folders for this. And if you're working in the warehouse, you're going to need to have this because this is the deluxe version. And it's just, you know, if we just lived off the necessities, maybe, you know, like the certain clothes that we had, and maybe a couple shoes and all this kind of things, I wonder how much money we'd save. Like, look when it's like, okay, I haven't given you this person's just going to come out. I haven't given you the right to come out, or the way, because you just, anyway. Sorry. I get easy distracted, as you can tell. Anyway, you know, like, you know, when you see all these guys that have like, even guys and girls, it ain't just girls, it's guys as well, that have like 1,000,001 trainers. Like, you've got this pair of trainers because you're gonna need to have this outfit, and then you got these pair of Converses because this goes with the hat, and you got this and you got that. Like, it's not bad having these things if they're nice, but I think we sort of overindulge in these, man. You've got guys that have about 40 odd pairs of trainers now, women that have like, God, more than like 20 or 30 bags, some of them they don't even use. And it's not like it's you know, a collectible thing where, oh, if you collect it, it's going to be worth some money. It's just, because that was in season. Now that's another thing I don't like. You know when they say, oh, this, you need to wear this and you need to update your wardrobe because it's not in season anymore. Like, it's just BS. Why is it not in season anymore? Does it, like, you know, does the weather say, oh, you can't wear this because this is the autumn edition? It's not the spring edition. Who came up with that? So then you keep needing to buy to keep up with current, current trends. Which is, you know what? Which is why I kind of loved when I used to go to school having a uniform, because you kind of had to stick to the uniform. And you didn't have to have the latest kind of clothes and things like this. You know, certain kids, I hear it, where they get bullied and teased because they're not having the updated or the up-to-date attire that's, you know, seen as, you know, being on trend or in season. If you kind of just, I just feel if you kind of just reduce the amount of things we have, for me anyway, my mind is more at ease. Like, I feel like it really overwhelmed. It actually happened the other day. It happened yesterday, where I was getting so overwhelmed. It wasn't just stuff, but it was just like, noise and TV and the music and lights, and then there's this and there's that and there's this. And I think it's the same sort of principle. Sometimes I feel, you know, having so much things in the house, you can just get overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that we have, that we say that we need, but a lot of the times forget that we even have unless we see it. You see these hoarders on these shows where, you know, they're fighting with the people, like, yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. No, I need this. It's like, why do you need that? Oh, I need this for this and that. You haven't bloody used it in ages. You forgot you had it until the warehouse guy or the team of people showed you it. I just feel that we just live in, it's really in excess. We dwell in excess this, excess that. Even to points of like people that are, you know, sexual level, where you just need to have constant sexual partners, constant, you know, it's just a whole thing of just having, never being satisfied in many different levels. I know it's a bit of a jump from like, you know, a vase to like sexual partners, but it's the same kind of mindset, you know. I think we really need to, I really need to, I'm not trying to talk down to people, but I'm just saying, I think, you know, I really need to reduce the amount of things I have, because we don't really need it. We don't need to have 20 odd candles. Like, my partner loves candles. Why do we need to have about 30 of them? Like, you know, surely we don't need just that much lighting. And a lot of them just stay there. It's decor. But how much decor do you need to have? I tell you, when I used to live by myself, man, you can literally, maybe it's a bit, you know, excessive, but, well, no, not excessive, but you come to my house, you'd literally shout, you'd hear an echo. I had a plant, a table, a TV, a sofa, and like, I think that was it. And I had a couple like ornaments, and that was it in the front room. That was it. My fridge, oh my gosh. There was a reason, like, you know, I was a bit more skinnier at a time when I was living alone, because you open my fridge, it was that embarrassing. You'd have like, I don't know, like almond milk there, some sort of maybe Diet Coke, bottle of Diet Coke, like some like slices of bread and something else, and then literally that and butter, and that was it in the fridge, because that was all I needed at that time. Now I think there's a nice balance, a nice healthy balance you can have between having too much and not having enough, but I just feel maybe that way, maybe we can save more money and just have more room and more space and more clarity instead of all this clutter, you know. Anyway, that's my sort of ramblings on. I'm at the recycling plant now. Let me know what you think about this. Do you overindulge in excess, or do you live with people that have too much or have too little, and you really want to just, you know, be the opposite? You want to be more, you know, more mindful of the amount of things you have in a house. Is that you? Let me know. Let's chop it in the comments. I love the comments, man. Also, yeah, man, thanks for tuning in to the live stream. This is Sunday today, so yesterday, Saturday. The next live stream is going to be a week from today. I'm going to do it on a Sunday. I think I'm going to do it in 6:30, but, you know, just stand by for all the notifications, because, yeah, it should be 6:30, but if it isn't, you'll know. But yeah, man, we'll chop up there. I'll try and bring a bit more coherentness to the live stream, because sometimes my thought patterns go all over the place. So I've got an idea that we're gonna do. We'll test it out and you let me know if you like it. But yes, people, thanks for all the subscribers and all the likes, man. Thank you so much. I'm really humble to you. And any sort of things you want to suggest, or just suggested videos, or just things you want me to do or speak about, let me know, man. I want this to be a real community thing where we can all get our viewpoints across. Yeah, that's what I'm really trying to do with this channel. Anyway, people, have a good one. I'll speak to you soon. Peace.